Beach up Sunset World.
Sushi,
Sumo, Tokushima!
この番組は地域密着型のボランティア活動を徳島で行っている国際ワークキャンプのメンバーがお届けする30分です。
This 30 minutes broadcast is hosted by volunteer members who come from abroad to help the community of Tokushima.
Good evening, everyone. I'm the host for this evening. I'm Rina from Japan. This radio program, Sushi, Sumo, Tokushima, is live on FM Bizan. This 30 minutes broadcast is operated by non-profit organization Bizan Daigaku. Bizan Daigaku has been trying to make Tokushima a more attractive place with volunteers who are from Tokushima and outside Tokushima, including people from many different countries. Popular images of Japan, sushi and sumo? Yes, but we would like people around the world to know not only those images, but more things about Japan. We share the news from Japan and information about Tokushima, a place that welcomes foreigners from all over the world. We will also invite guests from overseas online to share the latest news with you. No one knows who will be talking or what kind of topics we will bring up. Don't miss it.
Sushi,
Sumo, Tokushima!
hello listeners. This is Rina. I would like to call tonight's guest who is in China, Megan.
Hi everyone. My name is Megan.
Hi Megan. Long time no talk.
Yeah, it has been so long.
I know. And when were you in Japan and Tokushima?
I was in Tokushima almost 2 years ago, actually.
Yes, 2019.
Yes. Yeah.
You are a volunteer at Bizan Daigaku with other volunteers.
Yes.
Yes.
It was really a great time.
I will ask you about that later, but can you introduce yourself to the listeners?
Sure, if you don't mind, I would like to do it in Chinese, if that's okay.
Maybe first in English, then Chinese?
Okay, sounds good.
Okay. Good.
So my name is Megan, and I went to Tokushima 2 years ago as a part of the volunteering project for Hana Road and Bizan Daigaku. Now I'm working in Shanghai, and because of Corona, I have been in Shanghai for the past 2 years without leaving the country. But so far, everything has been great, and I'm happy where I am right now.
Nice.
大家好，我叫顾雨萌，所以我是2年之前到那个4国德岛这里，有机会做了志愿者这样子一个工作，然后在当时我参加了那个 Hana Road， 还有那个 Bizan Daigaku 的一个项目，然后我当时非常非常的开心，也很喜欢德岛，所以希望在那个 Corona 结束之后，有机会可以再次到德岛去。Thank you.
Thank you, Megan. I think I didn't really hear you talking in Chinese when you were in Tokushima.
Oh, because I think I was the only Chinese volunteer at that time.
Yeah, maybe you were talking with them in English and Japanese.
Yeah. I did learn a bit of Japanese before I went volunteering, which actually helped me a lot because your Japanese is good now and back then. ありがとう。
上手。
Thank you.
So, how have you been after you went back to Shanghai? You said you couldn't go outside from Shanghai because of this situation. So were you working all the time?
Yeah, so when Corona, you know how Corona first started in China, so it was very tough back in 2020 when it first started back in February. So during that time for almost 3 weeks, the whole country was in lockdown. So we couldn't get out. We had to stay at home and had everything delivered to us.
Mm-hmm.
And so basically just didn't go to the company for almost a month. And then
Okay.
things started coming down, and I actually started working in April 2020
Mm-hmm.
and have just been going to the office ever since then. I know in a lot of other places in the world, people have been doing like remote work
Mm-hmm.
on their computers. But for me, unfortunately, I have been going to the office every day.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. There's still like a lot of restrictions. You're required to wear a mask whenever you go on the metro or public transportation,
Mm-hmm.
and you always have to scan like a QR code no
Really?
matter where you go.
Oh,
So
wow. I didn't know that.
yeah, so that's how they keep track of, like corona. So if
Mm.
there's infection, for example, in one of the public places that
Mm-hmm.
one of the patient has been, then they will send a notification to everyone who has been in that area. And
Oh,
then everyone has to go into quarantine and isolation.
wow.
So yeah, it's
Yeah.
very strict.
Wow. Yeah, last year I watched the news like every day about the virus and how the Chinese government was handling the situation, but I can't imagine how difficult or how hard it is for people who live in China, and you as well. So you had to stay at home, and still it's strict, the rules to go out and do things outside now. So how do you feel? Like maybe some things became your habit. I don't know if I choose the right word, but how do you feel?
Like, to be honest, the first couple months was really, really depressing because I just remember having to stay at home, and I would just have my phone and I'll be lying on my bed and just see the data and of like new cases every day.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess the worst part was in March back then, because at that time I thought, like, once this is over in China, then it will be over. And then I started seeing news like appearing, like in Italy, like it was a cruise ship in Japan, and then it just seems like it's not going to end.
Mm-hmm.
And that was really, really depressing. But then I guess you start to get used to the situation like everyone else in the world. So there has been like new routines, how I have been just be in touch with my friends through Zoom actually a lot.
Yes.
We would have weekly Zoom online meetings, like Zoom guy drinking sessions or
okay.
yeah. And I started something called improvisational comedy. And we also would do it online every week. So we have people from all over the world every week meeting at the same time and just do some light comedy on Zoom together.
Yeah. You mean the people just gather, and they're not comedians, but people like you?
Yeah, like me. So a lot of us, we do like improv comedy. So everything is improvised on the spot. And we're not professionals, but we have a lot of fun when we do it. So every week we would just gather on Zoom. We set a time and then we get together and just, talk about funny stories.
Yeah. That's a cool idea. And I think comedy or like laughing can help, when we feel bad or a little bit down.
Have you been doing any Zoom things? Have you been doing anything like on Zoom as well?
Okay. Since I don't really work at the company, so I don't really have the meeting, but I use Zoom for this radio show. Yeah. And I actually take lessons, yoga lessons on Zoom.
Oh,
which is nice.
Really cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I prefer going to the class in the studio to meet the instructors, but it's still nice. I don't have to commute. And I don't have to, I try to wear nice yoga clothes But I don't have to put like full makeup on or something like
Right.
that because I do it at home.
Yeah, I've heard like so many stories about different things people do on Zoom. So I actually heard from a Japanese friend that they're having like kimono session on
Yeah,
like Zoom. So they
sounds
would,
nice.
yeah,
Wow.
it's like super fancy.
Yeah, it's nice to have that kind of opportunities with people online because before, of course, we could get connected to people around the world, maybe using Skype or messengers or different ways. But with Zoom, like we can see each other, like putting the camera on, and we can look at each other's faces. Yeah, I think it's nice. And you can meet online anywhere you go and with people from any countries.
Yes, and I think in a way it actually like it has brought people closer together. Like I am actually calling my grandma every week and calling my
Nice,
university
you're
friends
so
every month.
sweet.
Yeah, because like you kind of just like make a commitment, you mark it in your calendar and you will like, okay, let's do this. And
Yeah.
kind of just stay in touch that way.
Yeah, that's cool. Okay, so now we would like to play one song. We will be right back after a short break.
Right.
Sushi,
Sumo, Tokushima!
I am back with Megan from Shanghai.
Hey, everyone.
So, Megan, I want to ask you about Tokushima experience. So, did you enjoy your time in Tokushima?
Of course I did. It's like the best experience in my life, I would say, actually.
So nice.
Yeah, like I fell in love with Tokushima so much. So nowadays, if I meet like a Japanese person in Shanghai, I would be like, "Oh, you have to go to Tokushima. It's like the best place."
You recommend Tokushima?
Yeah, and I keep telling my Chinese friends that they should visit, especially for the Awadori festival, because
Yes, of
such
course.
a vibrant city during that time.
Yeah, unfortunately, this year there's no Awaodori festival. I mean, for everyone. Yeah, but I remember you dance Awaodori as well, right?
Yes. So I discovered Awadori when I came to Tokushima, and then after I got back to Shanghai, I decided that I want to try Awadori by myself. So I did a little bit of research, and I found out there's actually an Awadori dance group in Shanghai.
Wow.
Yeah, so I joined them, and they have like monthly rehearsals, and they actually have professional teachers from Tokushima who taught us like the different kind of like the women dance, the guy dance, and the different kinds.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's really cool because we actually got to go back to Tokushima during the Awadori festival as the Shanghai group, and then we took part in the festival.
Yeah.
And it was such an amazing experience, just being able to, you know, dance with all the masters in Tokushima. And also our land actually got kind of famous in Shanghai. So we get invited to like all those like different Japanese festivals throughout the summer.
Really?
Yeah, so just this August, there are actually 3 more shows coming up. So I'm not going to be all of them, but then I'll be performing with them for some of the events.
Wow, so wonderful. Wow, you actually searched for it in Shanghai and you found the group of Awaodori. I mean, the team.
Yeah. Wow. So there's actually a group of 30 people in Shanghai who practice regularly. It is actually hosted by the Tokushima Ken like association in Shanghai.
Oh, wow. Really?
Yeah, and so what happens is we would do like an event where we go on stage and then we do performance of Awadori. At the end, there will be an audience participation session. So the teacher will be like teaching like the basic moves of Awadori on stage. And then you will have just like regularly like Chinese people also following and kids following.
Oh, wow. Sounds fun.
Really fun, yeah.
Wow.
We do
So
it every year.
you actually promote awaodori in Shanghai.
Yeah, we do. So you need to, if you happen to come to Shanghai, if you're someone from Tokushima, from anywhere, please come to Shanghai and check out our Odoli.
Wow. So you said a group of people like with 30 people,
Yeah, 30 people.
both Chinese and Japanese people.
Both Chinese and Japanese. And also not only in Shanghai, you will even travel to other cities just to perform.
In China.
In China, yeah.
Oh wow. Are there awaodori dance team in different cities in China?
As far as I'm concerned, I think right now the Shanghai one is the only one.
Okay.
But maybe
Still cool.
there's opportunity for growth, for expansion, I guess.
Yeah. And so what's the name of the group? I mean, Len.
It's called Shanghai Land.
Shanghai Len.
Yes.
Okay.
But we also call it the Ninniku Land because
Ninniku? Really?
because like a lot of the team members really like Ninniku.
So the garlic.
As a joke, we call it the Ninniku.
Okay.
And then we even like drew like a flag with like a big Ninniku as like our symbol.
Really? Ninnikuren. Okay. People like ninniku, garlic. And do you eat garlic a lot?
I do like it, but I don't do it in the morning. Just
Of course not, right?
But it's mostly just a joke. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Wow. So nice that you dance awaodori and you actually promote awaodori and Tokushima. I'm sure you had great time when you were in Tokushima. Besides awaodori, what else did you enjoy a lot?
I just basically enjoyed how nice everyone was. It's really like Tokushima people are just generally very, very kind.
Yeah.
There are like so many like local volunteers who help out during like the flower planting seasons. And because when I volunteered, we would go out and just water the plants every day. So when we were just doing our work, like the passerby, like the strangers on the street, they would just say like good job, like "お疲れ様です." It's so heartwarming, and just the local people are so friendly, and you know everyone I met was super nice. And also I really like the food here. Tokushima was awesome.
Yeah.
Really like the Tokushima ramen and sobakome. That was I really enjoyed.
Sobakome, really original to Tokushima.
Yes, and it tastes like super healthy but super good as well.
True.
Yeah, and I really enjoyed also just hiking in Bizan.
Bizan, yes, I know that.
Yeah, it's a very nice hike, and the view from the top of the mountain is amazing. And I guess also we had the opportunity to travel a bit when I was in Tokushima. So we went to Naruto. Yeah, and so like the Utsunomichi. That was really cool. Yeah, just good times in general. And also, sorry. And also, I guess the best part was because it was such an international volunteering program. So you met people from all over the world, and I'm still in contact with a lot of them. And
true. So was it your first time to visit Japan when you came to Tokushima?
Actually, it wasn't. So before I had traveled to Kyushu in Tokyo and Osaka before. But Tokushima was completely different in the sense that it wasn't that touristy. I guess it's not really a tourist hotspot. So you actually get to connect with the locals on a deeper level. That's where I met you. So
I'm happy to hear that your people in Tokushima are warm or nice, friendly, and you helped the community a lot as well. I think that's why people react that way.
Yes, and I think it's just such a nice community with so many projects going on and people just helping each other out. So there could be one person doing something and someone doing something else. But in the end, you're all part of this like big community and everyone is so willing and generous in helping each other out. So that was really great to see. And like it actually kind of inspired me to want to do something similar.
Oh, that's so cool. Nice.
Yeah, like so when I was volunteering there, you know Jana, right?
Jana.
The Russian volunteer who had been in Tokushima for quite long time. And after I left Tokushima, I was still in contact with her. And now I know she was like working for like Annan City for like, promoting them. And I saw that was so cool. Yeah.
Maybe you could do something like that as well.
I'm promoting the Shanghai land.
Yes. So Megan, thank you for coming to the show again tonight.
Thank you for having me, Lina.
You're welcome.
Oh, thanks for having me. And thanks everyone for listening and hope you enjoy the rest of your evening.
All right. It seems we have almost reached the end of the program. We are waiting for messages from you with feedback or request.
Bye.
Sushi.
Sumo.
Tokushima!
This radio program, Sushi, Sumo, Tokushima, is being recorded here on Bizan FM in Tokushima. This program is operated by non-profit organization Bizan Daikaku. We are open to and accepting any forms of support or contributions you have to offer within the local community of Tokushima. Please do not hesitate to contact us if you wish to get involved by emailing radio@bizan-daigaku.net. We are accepting requests and messages via email. Please send emails to request@bfm.jp, request@bfm.jp, including the title of the show, Sushi, Sumo, Tokushima, in your messages. You can listen to this channel, FM Bizan, on the internet with your PC, smartphones, and tablets. If you are accessing with your PC, go to the website www.bfm.jp and you will find a banner written Listen Radio on the right side of the page. If you are accessing with your smartphone or tablet, download the application Listen Radio, then select BFM 791 FM Bizan with the area Chugoku Shikoku. If you are listening to this radio in the area where has a weak radio wave, don't worry. You can listen to programs with clear sound through this internet radio system. No one knows who will be talking or what kind of topics we will bring up next Thursday. Don't miss it. See you next Thursday at 6:30 p.m. Bye bye.